Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another GTA 6 video. My name is SaintsFan, and honestly, there hasn't been much happening in the GTA 6 world over the last couple of days. Really, the only thing of note, I didn't really want to make a video on it, but a couple of small-time actors and a couple of small-time bands accidentally said they were in GTA 6, so nothing crazy has been happening just yet. It almost feels like the calm before the second storm, because of course the first one was back in December. So hopefully we get something in May. Obviously that is when the earnings call is happening. And I did see this interesting picture here, just to reiterate what I've been saying, that the May conference call could be pretty important. Not only did they do it, the one in the middle here with GTA 6, obviously November 8th, that's the one I've already shown a couple of times, but they actually did something similar with RDR 2. They had an announcement right before the earnings call. So this May 15th or May 16th earnings call, it definitely is a date we should be looking forward to. Now, with that being said, what I actually wanted to do in today's video is take a look at all of the points of interest that we know so far in GTA 6. This was sort of put together in this Reddit post here by False Leadership 6685, so shout out to him. There is quite a bit of what we know so far. Some of this is from the trailer, some of this is from the leaks, but that's what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video. And as always, before we hop even further, if you guys do enjoy the video, please drop it a like. If you want to be up to date on all the GTA 6 news and info, hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at the points of interest. So we're going to start with the towns and cities, because this is something I actually want to do a little comparison between what we're seeing here and GTA 5's towns and cities. So far we have quite a few. We have, of course, Vice City, the big city. We have the other big city, Port Gellhorn. And then we have some of the smaller little towns, Ambrosia, Red Hill, Sundown, Copperhead, Yorktown, which is one of the cities far north of the map. We have Lake Leonida, which obviously is a lake, but I'm sure there's going to be some sort of town around it. Ekanafinenka, probably completely butchered that. We have Hamlet, which is down south, and then we have Domed Hills. And I wanted to bring up the GTA 6 map, the speculative map that is based off of a bunch of stuff, just to showcase where these locations actually are. Of course, we're going to zoom in here. Of course, we have Vice City over on the right. We have Homestead down here in the south. Then, of course, we have, and this is actually something that wasn't mentioned in the points of interest, but the Keys, the Gator Keys. Then as we go up, we have Port Gellhorn over here. Right above Port Gellhorn, if I zoom in a little bit further, we have the Domed Hills. We have the Red Hill, and then I guess the Red Hill Forests. Then we have Ambrosia over here on the right. Over here on the left, sort of above Port Gellhorn, so further north, we have Yorktown. And then, look, it's still speculative if there is the Panhandle, but way up here we have Copperhead. And even though this is still a speculative map, the reason I wanted to bring this up is actually comparing it to GTA 5's map. When we actually look at GTA 5's map, there's really not a whole lot of those like towns and cities. Obviously, we have Los Santos, the big city down in the south. Then, of course, we have Sandy Shores, you know, but still, is that like a town? I mean, obviously it is, but it's very tiny. There's not a whole lot there. Then we have the Grapeseed area, again, very, very tiny. Really, I guess the second biggest town I would almost say is Paleto Bay as far as like buildings and stuff goes. That's obviously up there. And then maybe if you want to throw in the part over here, the Chumash area, like that's kind of it. There's not a whole lot going on in this map. And here's actually a picture. Someone decided to take a look at the map and remove all of the mountains. And when you actually do that, you realize kind of how small GTA 5's map actually is. And the reason I'm just doing this comparison is because even though we don't know a whole lot about GTA 6's map, the stuff we do know is already bigger, is already more expansive than what we have in this GTA 5 map. Like, really, there's only about 5 cities and towns, if you want to call it that, in the GTA 5 map. where we already know in GTA 6 there's 11-ish probably a lot more as well. And one of the sort of positives of not having these giant mountainous areas in the Vice City map, in the GTA 6 map, is there's going to be a lot less filler, because I think that's what the mountains primarily were in GTA 5's map. It was just sort of filler to make the map feel a lot bigger than it was, because not a lot happened in those mountainous areas. And when we do look here at the GTA 6 map, obviously the big filler part is going to be down here in the south, the Everglades area. That's going to be a lot of wilderness area, but there's going to be some pretty interesting stuff down there. Obviously, we saw in the trailer a couple of brief moments of it, a lot of animals and stuff. So I think the filler content of GTA 6 is going to be a lot better than GTA 5's map. And in turn, it's going to make the map just feel like way bigger. Even if this is only about 2 times the size of GTA 5's map, it's going to feel a lot bigger, simply because there's going to be just way more towns, way more cities, way more things to do. And I guess, look, that's obvious. It's coming out, what, 15 years after GTA 5, but that was just an interesting thing I wanted to bring up regarding the towns and cities. Now we have a bunch of other points of interest that we already know. So we actually have places in the cities or in the towns. And this is only a handful. Again, this is kind of just what's obvious from the leaks and from trailer 1. So we'll run through it. We have the Grass Rivers. We have Overtown, the Grasslands, Bocamer Bridge, Seaview, Bayside, Guardia, South Beach, Vice Beach, Rock Ridge, St. Joseph, La Pearl, which I think is also a beach, Washington Beach, Sundown Beach, Park South, North Beaches, and Belleville. Obviously, a lot of beaches. That's something you definitely should be expecting in GTA 6. There's going to be a lot of beaches across the map, on the east side, on the west side, maybe down south, maybe even up north if it's an island map again. The only other part I wanted to mention with this is the Grass Rivers and the Grasslands. That's probably some of that filler stuff I was talking about, you know, but again, it's going to be more RDR2-esque as far as the wilderness side of it. So you're going to see a lot more animals, maybe some redneck stuff down there, some crazy NPCs doing some stuff. It's not going to be the mountainous parts of GTA 5 where it's just boring to even go to. The next slide we have here are some of the businesses that we know about. And just running through a couple of these, the Vice City Pawn, we actually saw that in the leaks. And what's interesting, you can steal from this location because in the leaked footage, Jason had his like eagle eye vision. I don't know what they're going to call it in this game. And it was highlighting some of the more important and probably more expensive things you could steal, some of the more expensive jewelry. The Malibu Club, also we saw in the leaks, looks to be, you know, just a normal nightclub. Very, very chaotic. A lot going on in it. And you did maybe see a bit of it in trailer 1 as well. Hank's Waffles, Waffle House is in the game. Obviously, that's going to have probably a lot of fun stuff happening in, just because that's what happens IRL. It's also where the big leaked footage happened, where you get to rob it. And then the rest of them, Kingfisher Cargo, Cafe Caraway, a strip mall. So maybe kind of interesting. Maybe they bring back the old Vice City Mall, if anyone remembers that from back in the day. Iris Laundry, Colt Cargo, Keys Garage, and Burger Shot. Hopefully we actually get an interior of Burger Shot, not like GTA 5. It has been said there's going to be like way more interiors compared to GTA 5. So yeah, hopefully all of these get their own interiors. And then the final slide here, the other notable places, I guess we'll call them. There are some interesting ones here. We have the Vice Beach Plaza. So maybe that's just like a bigger area on the beach where you see a lot of NPCs hanging out. Seaview. I think it's pretty obvious. The name says it all. You see, your view is of the sea. You have the Leaf Links. We actually have 2 tarmacs on here, the Sundown tarmac and then underneath it, the Ambrosia tarmac. You also have the Ambrosia Dairy or Dairy. So maybe that's like a farm with a bunch of cows. Why that's important in a GTA game, I don't know, but hey, it would be kind of cool to see that. The tarmacs though, I think maybe just smaller airports, because I think we have VCIA, that's the big airport. And I'm sure Port Gellhorn will have its own airport. Sundown, I believe, is down in Key West. Ambrosia sort of north of the map. So again, just smaller airports, maybe like Sandy Shores, if you want to get a frame of reference there. We have the Red Hill Forest. Hopefully that's like an actual massive forest, because we kind of had a bit of that in GTA 5, there was like that small foresty area with the big old trees, but obviously this is GTA 6. We're hoping that to be pretty massive. Again, the strip mall, Port Gellhorn strip mall. We also have the Port Gellhorn racetrack. I'm assuming we'll be able to use that. That'll be a fun little mini game, hopefully. And then we actually have a bunch of motels here. And one of the interesting points regarding these motels, we have the Starlit Motel, I guess Port Gellhorn L.A. Cascara Motel. I don't know why it's on there twice. You have a couple other hotels and motels at the bottom, as well as the South Beach. But the one thing about the motels, this is a Bonnie and Clyde story. Like, that's what it's been explained as. So obviously what that means is we're probably on the run a decent amount. So instead of having sort of a home base, because that wouldn't make sense if you're a Bonnie and Clyde type character, you're on the run a lot. I think we're going to be living out of these motels and these hotels for the vast majority of the game. Maybe some people might not like that because you might want to have a home base, but I don't know. It kind of seems like for at least the start of the game, you're going to be on the run a lot if they are heavily adding and incorporating these motels and hotels into the gameplay, like into the map. So yeah, those were some of the points of interest, most of the points of interest that we know so far. Obviously, once trailer 2 comes out, we'll maybe add on to this list. But let us know in the comment section what your thoughts are on some of these points of interest. Obviously, didn't get to cover them all, but looks pretty good so far. Everything we're seeing about this game so far is looking like the stuff we've always wanted. So hopefully that continues as we go forward. But thank you guys for watching. That's going to do it for today's GTA 6 video. Please drop it a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA 6 content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.